what it's all about. We could stop the killing, there ain't no doubt. War we despise, destruction in many lives. Hey mister, don't forget your sister. Without her, you wouldn't be here today.
What's up, half centenarians? Welcome to another episode of Marla Becoming a Musician. Nah, but I am joining a band, Streetwise. Believe it or not, I'm here to be interviewed to do backup singing. I wanted the lead, but it was already taken, whatever. So right now we have the lead singer, Raymond Castronovo, and he is going to kind of talk us through his life. Then we'll talk about me learning how to play the guitar, bongos, drum. Well, we'll see. But before I even do any of that, let me get Raymond to introduce himself, and then we'll continue with the conversation / interview.
Hi, Marla. Raymond Castronovo is my name, and Streetwise is the name of the band. Originally, we were born in Brooklyn, and in Brooklyn we had our own ways and had our own different, fun that we had. And then, at a young age, I decided to take up guitar. About 12 years old. And as we were growing up with the guitar, I got to a point where we had our band, and then we got discovered by a major record label. But as an Italian in Brooklyn, we get married young, and we have kids young. So I had a pregnant wife at the time, so I decided that road I would put on hold. And, as I worked for my father in the construction business, but that was hard labor. And really, working hard, doing all these buildings, and I decided that, you can't do this my whole life. So I decided to get an education, not much of one, but I got it, not much of one. I got an education and learned. And, over time worked for a big construction company and started my own construction company.
Nice.
But what happens is that there were so many obstacles, which everybody has obstacles. And, the two ingredients that I try to share that I was told to be my grandfather was to have the desire to succeed and the self-motivation. And with those two ingredients, you can accomplish mostly anything you try to accomplish all your goals.
Very nice. It's what you have. Yeah, because fast forward, you have a successful construction company, and then you decide to do some other things. So talk to us about your construction company, and then you get everything on track, and then you kind of pivot a little bit.
Yeah, so, fast forward to now, we started the business around 25 years ago. And then about 7 years ago, when I was putting all my operations out here, I found this building. And
this is a cool building, by the way. It's a cool building.
Yeah, I found this building. It has some history to it. It was once owned by a fraternity, the Independent Order of Oddfellows. And their membership started getting, smaller and smaller, so the timing was right, and I bought the building. But when I came up here, I saw this ballroom, and I saw this furniture. And I told my daughter, I said, I'm going to try it again. I was able to get their attention musically back when.
Yeah.
I'm going to try it again. So what I did was
hold on just 1 second. I just want to make sure we hear that. He gave the reins to his daughter for the construction company. Legacy. I just want to mention that because we talk about that all the time on the Half Centenarian channel because that's what we're here for. That's what we're here for.
Right.
So I'm sorry, but kudos to you for that.
Yep, and actually her brother, who is a construction litigation attorney, he's coming to work with her in about 2 months. So he put all his time in with a big company, and now he's coming to work and support his sister. Well, I could go off into music world.
Look at that.
Right.
Look at that.
And I must say, 6 weeks ago, he gave me my first granddaughter.
Oh, congratulations all the way around.
Yep.
This is awesome.
Isn't that something?
Yes,
that's something that'll light you up.
Yes, right? That's so cool.
Yeah.
So you have your kids working, doing the construction part, and so then you tell your daughter what now?
So I said, Cassandra, I'm going to take over the third floor, and I'm going to start getting as good as I was, or try to even get better, and I'm going to reach out to all the people that I got their attention when I was in my early 20s and see what happens.
Yeah.
So I started writing some music. I started doing a little recording. I reached out, and I was welcomed by the big record companies.
Wow.
And I was also welcomed by the Hit Factory. It's the most prestigious recording studio in the world. And I knew the gentleman, Eddie Germano, when I was first in my 20s. So the record companies, I decided that I don't need them anymore. All right, so I started my own record company.
I love that.
And I'm the first guy I signed up
love
because
that.
yeah,
You open your record company and sign yourself.
yeah,
That's what I'm talking about.
And also, I'm going to protect others from some things that happen in the big record company
Gotcha.
world. Yeah, and I had that. My one downfall that I did have, and I was mentioning, is that about 18 years ago, I developed this rare form of leukemia.
Right.
And I survived it, and it wasn't supposed to survive it, but that makes your mind think a little bit differently about how valuable your minutes are.
I love that. I love that part. So you call them what now?
Quality minutes.
Quality minutes.
I got it down to quality minutes.
Yeah.
I don't let anybody ruin my minutes.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
And we get to this age, if you don't value your time, who will?
Right.
So you think, don't listen, if they're bothering me, they're messing up my minutes, you're not going to take my quality minutes.
All right.
And so, but you 18 years ago have this rare disease, but you beat it.
I beat it.
Yeah.
That power of positivity.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. I just think that is something that we all need to remember, because there's no way you're going to get through life without having some ups and downs and bumps and bruises, but it's what you make of it. So you took that. You have this rare disease, then you get married, have kids, all of this, have a job, you have this successful construction company, and then you say, you know what? I'm going to go back to my first love.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how has that been, coming back to music?
So it's been a fun journey. We're getting people's attention because we have this, level of life stories in our music,
Yeah.
which we turn into music. And, a lot of times we're asked, what's our genre?
That was coming.
What's our genre?
That was coming.
And I've been asked, and I think about it, and I say, I really don't know. I'm going to make up my own genre.
Yeah. What is it?
And I call it music stew.
Okay.
Because way back, I learned from the legends. So B.B. King, Freddie King, Albert King, those are the legends.
Yeah.
Then you get the Rolling Stones and Eric Clapton. They got all their music from those legends.
Right, right.
That old black soul is the root of all rock and roll.
Love it.
And then Motown kicks in. And so Motown has that little dance feel. And then I cut through the disco era.
So you do it all.
Right.
When
So
you
our
bring it all
music,
together, music stew.
Right, music stew. So on our, the first album, Streetwise, is called Crossing Bridges, because I looked at the Brooklyn Bridge.
Yeah.
The second album is called The Other Side. And the third album that's getting released is called A Road Ahead.
That's pretty cool. The way
Right.
now, since you laid that story out there, it makes complete sense. The name of your albums. So where can people find your music?
So on any music streaming platform, from Spotify to Apple Music, YouTube, anywhere, just look up Streetwise.
okay.
The Instagram is Streetwise NYC.
Okay, that should be on the screen. Okay.
Yeah.
So I would ask you this: if you were to talk to someone that was, younger, even older, or just kind of stuck in the middle, not really knowing what they should do, or if they should do something, what would be some advice you would give to them?
Well, if you have that dream, they can't give up. Things don't happen quickly. It's like, you move a grain of sand at a time, all of a sudden you got a mountain. You have to work at it. There will be things that you feel like you're let down.
Right.
Just take it for what it is and become stronger. So one of the things, like I was saying earlier, the desire to succeed and the self-motivation and just working at what you want to do. And there'll be struggles. And I had a lot of struggles along the way.
I'm sure, yeah.
There have been a couple, I would say there were 2 incidents that almost took me right out.
I know one, yeah.
Yeah, right. And even in the construction world,
Yeah.
it takes money. So that likability factor. So that'll spin off into something else. So that likability factor
Yeah.
is so much more powerful than some people think, that they're a little tough, a little bully, things like that.
Yeah. So when I am leaving out now, my last question to you would be, Mr. Raymond, how are you living your best life?
So one of them is I got it down to those quality minutes.
That's it.
I got nobody ruining my minutes.
Yeah.
I have the family around, and giving gives me happiness because I can give more than I ever could.
Yes, that's
Yep.
cool. Yeah. When you're maturing, you guys, when you can go from wanting to wanting to give.
Right.
And that says a lot about you and your character. But I just want to tell you guys, thank you so much for sharing with us your skills on the guitar as well. So we got a chance to see that. And then we are now gonna sit in here and I'm gonna start my interview. I'm gonna do a little background singing. I'm gonna let you guys go. But before I do that, thank you so much, Mr. Castronovo, for letting us come to this wonderful building, this wonderful room. And I'm sure you guys will want to hear what happens next. I'll let you in on that. But until then, like, subscribe, share, follow Mr. Castronovo, Streetwise New York, right? Yep. All the platforms, his music is there. I promise you, you won't be disappointed.
And thank you for having me.
Oh, you are so welcome. Thank you guys. Be safe, be careful, and we will see you